campaigning at the time in favor of only civil unions. And might I say that Barack Hussein, probably one of the biggest liars ever walked into the White House, even probably greater than Bill Clinton, gets in front of Rick Warren's church, which he should have never been there to begin with. If Barack Obama actually came to my church, I absolutely would not put that man up on the stage, and I would preach to him like I would preach to anybody else. In fact, I may just get meaner about it. But anyway, he goes to Rick Warren's church. Warren asks him about this issue of gay marriage. Well, that's actually above my pay grade. I don't think I'm qualified to answer that question. He was dodging the issue, what he was. He had it in his mind all along but he knew he couldn't get elected if he comes out in 2008 and says, I think all the gays ought to get married. I'm for it. I'm going to ram it down your throat. He can't get elected that way. Or maybe he could. I don't know. But to say that he just recently changed his mind on this issue is ludicrous. He's had this for a long time. Now, I have not talked about this because it's not proven. It's not, as far as what I'm looking for, it's not fact. There's rumors and innuendos and blogs and YouTube videos and such and such and such and such. And insiders. I always want to caution you, if something comes across your screen that says secret insider information, I just don't jump and do belly flops for stuff like that. I mean, I really don't. How do I know? How do I know who this is? I think there was who was a guy, Lindsey Williams or something like that. He started making prophecy videos after I left him, and my nose itches today. And he was talking about how he had inside information from the Illuminati itself. He knew a guy that was inside giving him information, and he made all these statements about stuff that was going to happen, and it never happened. Hasn't happened. So I just don't jump all over this stuff. But there is a rumor that says Barack Hussein actually is a closeted sodomite, that the church he went to in Chicago was sort of like had a secret underground of sodomites in it, and Barack Hussein was one of them. I don't know that that's true. It's not verified. There's no fact. Nobody has Barack Hussein's DNA on their shirt like Monica Lewinsky had. Nothing like that. But we do have this. How literally can you take it? Maybe it's a foreshadowing. Maybe it's just setting everybody up to get ready for this, that we do actually have a sodomite in the White House. I don't know. But it's very compelling and it's very interesting. Now, I've said this before, I am like the world's lousiest predictor. I'd make a lousy weatherman. But I thought this several years ago. When I was a little boy, I used to love, hey Bert, want to watch some television? Ernie, come on, Ernie, we have things to do. I used to watch Sesame Street and Bert and Ernie. And when I was young, I never looked at Bert and Ernie, two guys sharing the same pad, the same flat, the same apartment. I never went, I wonder if they kiss each other on the mouth. I just wondered. As a child growing up, it just never dawned on me. I didn't think those dirty thoughts like that. I remember hearing one time on a sitcom, when I was a boy, I think it was Alice. And that was the first time I heard the word gay. A guy that Alice is dating says, I'm gay. And I looked at my mom and I went, what is gay? And she said, well, I don't know. Maybe it just means he's happy. Yeah, that's it. She didn't want to tell me. She didn't want to ruin my childhood. But it seems like now they want to ruin everybody's childhood. So now, all of a sudden, and I saw this coming, Bert and Ernie come out in the New Yorker. Not even the Muppets are spared in our cultural war. Below is the cover of the new issue of the New Yorker magazine. It's amazing to witness how attitudes on gay rights have evolved in my lifetime, said Jack Hunter, the artist behind the cover. This is great for our kids, a moment we can all celebrate. And my mom didn't want to tell me what gay meant. She wanted to protect my childhood a little bit. Then again, in response to a 2011 online petition calling for Bert and Ernie to tie the knot, the Sesame Workshop's Facebook page offered this statement: Bert and Ernie are best friends. They were created to teach preschoolers that people can be good friends with those who are very different from themselves. Even though they are identified as male characters and possess many human traits and characteristics, they remain puppets and do not have a sexual orientation. Well, yeah, they're guys. Bert and Ernie, they're guys. So here is the cover of the New Yorker magazine, and it's got Bert and Ernie in an embrace on the couch watching the telly. What's on? Oh, they're watching the Supreme Courts on the telly. And they're going to, I guarantee you, see, this was, and I can't say this for sure, but it looks to me like Children's Television Workshop, which produces Sesame Street. This looks like something that they wanted to do, knew they probably couldn't get away with it, so it's kind of like the White House or some organization like that wants something out there without actually making a statement. They'll leak it to the press. Somebody will say, hey, John, why don't you call one of your contacts buddies and leak this story? That way we don't have to do it normal way. And it's really just implanting the idea. Now Bert and Ernie are forever tainted. And the Children's Television Workshop, Sesame Street, doesn't have to take the rap for it. So from this point forward, till death do they part, in children's minds, because it's going to be talked about and it's just going to be there, Bert and Ernie are sodomites now. That's how it's going to be forever and ever. You watch for it. Here's another one. Colorado transgendered girl banned from bathroom wins case. Coy Mathis, a 6-year-old transgendered girl who was banned from her first grade bathroom, has won a statewide legal case in Colorado that might have far-reaching implications for the rest of the nation in protecting the rights of transgender children. Coy, born a triplet, had been homeschooled since last December when school officials told her parents that she could no longer use the female facilities and order her to use the boys' or nurses' bathroom. Her parents, Jeremy and Catherine, with the help of the Transgender Legal and Defense Education Fund. You know what that means? That means lots of rich millionaires who are sodomites or whatever are funding this stuff. They're behind it. They're hiring the hot rod, hot shot lawyers and will spare no expense to get their agenda pushed through. Anyway, they filed a complaint with the Colorado Civil Rights Division on behalf of Coy, alleging that the school has violated her rights. This is amazing because it's not just a win for Coy, but a win for every transgender child in the entire state, her mother Catherine said. It's amazing for all of them and their future. It lets them be who they are. They don't have to spend their childhood being discriminated against. According to the TLDEF, this is the most comprehensive ruling ever supporting the rights of transgender people to access bathrooms without harassment or discrimination. This is now, again, I've talked about this before, but I want you to understand where this is going. Now, I'm going to make a confession here. I'm going to actually confess something online, live, in front of everybody. They several years ago, they built a brand new Walmart Supercenter in Festus/Crystal City. It actually sits on the boundary between Festus and Crystal City. And depending on what checkout register you go to, there's a different tax rate. I mean, that's how it is. And of course, these Supercenters, they have 2 sets of bathrooms, one in the front, one in the back, and they're just right, in line with each other. If you go to the front bathrooms, the men's bathroom is on the right. The women's bathroom is on the left in the front bathrooms. Now, when you go to the back, they reversed it. The men's bathroom is on the left, the women's bathroom is on the right. I hadn't been in this store too many times, and I was in there, and I thought, man, I gotta go. So I ran to the back of the store. Yeah, I did. I went to the right. And I went in there and I said to myself, because I was in a hurry, I said to myself, some idiot designed this bathroom with no urinals. That's an idiot. So I went into a stall. And on my way out, I'm going, oh, this is the woman's bathroom. Ah! And I ran out of there. I got in my car and left. I don't know if there was anybody else in that bathroom. I was so embarrassed. Now that was an honest mistake that I made. And ladies, I want you to understand where we're going. That's no pun, by the way. I want you to understand where we're headed here. You're going to be sitting in a place that you think is safe. And some guy is going to come barging in, and there ain't a thing you can do about it. Your son or your daughter, let's say your daughter, is going to be in a bathroom at school. And there's a boy there who's got all the boy stuff, but he's been told by his whacked out parents that he's really a girl on the inside. So they're going to have the right to tell their gendered boy that he can go into the girl's bathroom at will, regardless of whether anybody else is in there or not. And nobody can stop him. Nobody, or her. Him. No, because that's who he is. Nobody can stop him. Nobody can say, hey, you can't go in there. A child cannot complain because one of the counselors at school will say, well, you need to understand that he feels like he's a girl. Sodom. That's where we're headed, people. Get ready. You know what? Get ready to lose it all. Get ready for it. Do like Paul did. Just say, I counted all things but loss, because we're going to lose everything except our salvation in this country. It's coming. I'm not trying to... Maybe I am trying to scare everybody. I think, well, every now and then we ought to sober up and realize the world that we're living in.